Nestled in the heart of the Balkans, you'll find the captivating country of Serbia. Landlocked, yes, but certainly not isolated. Serbia is surrounded by a vibrant mix of nations. Think Hungary, Romania, and Croatia to the north. Look west, and you'll find Bosnia and Herzegovina. Down south, it rubs shoulders with Montenegro and Bulgaria. Serbia is no tiny nation either. Covering about 88,500 square kilometers, it's a pretty sizable chunk of land, especially when compared to its neighbors in the Balkans and even some other European countries. And at the center of it all is Belgrade, the capital and most famous city. Around 7 million people call Serbia home, with nearly 2 million packed into the bustling streets of Belgrade alone. The Serbian people have a story that's, well, let's just say it's been a wild ride. Picture this: the Serbs, part of the South Slavic group, arriving in the region sometime around the 7th century. That's where they put down roots, and that's where the story really begins. It's actually pretty interesting. Their old country, Yugoslavia, literally translates to Land of the South Slavs. Now, fast forward through a few centuries, from the 7th to the 14th, and you'll see kingdoms rising and the adoption of Christianity. Then came the Ottoman Empire. The 14th century brought serious clashes, including the infamous Battle of Kosovo in 1389. It was a devastating defeat. Even Prince Lazar and Sultan Murad I lost their lives. By 1521, Belgrade had fallen, and Serbia became part of the Ottoman Empire for centuries. All the way until 1878 when, thanks to the Berlin Treaty, it finally regained its independence. The 20th century, the assassination by Gavrilo Princip triggered the start of World War I, a brutal conflict where over 1 million Serbs perished. The war's aftermath brought a moment of unity. The South Slavs came together to form Yugoslavia, but the peace wouldn't last. In 2003, Yugoslavia became Serbia and Montenegro, a union that ultimately dissolved in 2006. And just to keep things interesting, Kosovo declared its independence in 2008, a move that Serbia still doesn't recognize to this day. Now, NATO peacekeeping forces maintain the often tense border between Serbia and Kosovo. Serbia, a fascinating country outside the European Union, operates on its own currency, the Serbian dinar. To give you a sense of the exchange rate, think about 2,000 dinars equaling roughly 17 euros. And speaking of dinars, take a look at the 100 dinar note. You'll find the face of Nikola Tesla, a celebrated Serbian scientist and a true national icon. His legacy is honored in many ways, most notably with the Nikola Tesla Museum in Belgrade and the city's very own Nikola Tesla Airport. When you touch down in Belgrade, chances are one of your first destinations will be Knez Mihailova Street. This bustling pedestrian zone, named after Prince Mihailo III of Serbia, is the city's beating heart. It's a vibrant mix of high-end international stores and local boutiques, drawing a diverse crowd, everyone from Serbia's elite to curious tourists and everyday Belgradians. The street is lined with impressive, elegant buildings showcasing classic European architecture, primarily in creamy whites and subtle ivory tones. But Knez Mihailova isn't just about shopping. During the day, the street comes alive with the sounds of street musicians, accordion melodies mixed with the strumming of guitars, creating a lively, impromptu soundtrack as performers hope for donations from passers-by. Artists display their work on easels, adding another layer of creativity to the scene. And of course, no vibrant street scene is complete without street food. Keep an eye out for the popcorn vendors. They're a quintessential part of Belgrade's street culture. Getting around Belgrade is remarkably easy, and there's a nice perk for travelers arriving at the airport: free public transportation to the city center. Look for the red buses. You can board right from the middle doors. Bus 72 is a particularly useful route, taking you directly to Zeleni Venac. Just a word of caution about taxis. Fares can be steep. Be prepared for potentially inflated prices, even for short journeys, with some drivers charging as much as 50 euros for a ride from the airport to the city center. So, hop on that free bus and save your dinars for exploring everything Belgrade has to offer. Belgrade is a sprawling city, but surprisingly, it doesn't have a metro system. Locals and visitors navigate the city using a network of municipal buses, larger metro buses, and the ubiquitous white taxis. However, one of Belgrade's greatest charms is its walkability. You can easily explore many parts of the city on foot, soaking in the atmosphere and discovering hidden gems along the way. The Sava River slices through Belgrade, creating a natural division, and it's interesting to note that over half of the people who visit or have short stays tend to gravitate towards the south side of the river. If you're not planning to venture north, you might find yourself barely needing public transportation at all. This division created by the Sava River results in two distinctly different experiences of Belgrade. North of the river, you'll find New Belgrade, a quieter, more business-oriented district. Here, the legacy of the Yugoslav era is visible in the architecture, with many buildings from that period still in use today. New Belgrade is also a hub for international corporations. You'll find the main offices of companies like Microsoft, Huawei factories, the city's airport, and major sports venues. Essentially, the city is neatly divided by function. The south caters to tourism with its plethora of cafes, eye-catching architecture, hotels, museums, and parks, while the north hums with industry and commerce. It's almost like experiencing two separate cities within one. When it comes to stocking up on supplies or grabbing a quick bite, Maxi supermarkets are a common sight throughout Serbia. This popular chain offers groceries at very reasonable prices, a welcome relief in times of inflation. You'll find that everyday essentials like organic milk, pasta, and salami generally fall within the €1 to €2 range per package. Alcohol, particularly beer, is exceptionally affordable, with cans often priced under €1.5. Compared to other European countries, grocery shopping in Belgrade can be surprisingly budget-friendly, leaving you with more dinars to enjoy the city's many attractions. Contrary to popular belief, the internet abbreviation for Serbia is written as RS, not Senior, which stands for Republic of Serbia. This can be observed on various products and signs. This code is also used for websites and other internet-related identifiers associated with the country.